Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time you're watching this video. I am your teacher, Teacher Kent. And last week, we went on a simple tour around the United Kingdom. I told you that you can visit many places around the world if you learn how to use English. And that's why your parents put you in Supalak school because they want you to learn more. They want you to be able to read and to speak English. Today, we're going on another tour on a country that I think you know only speaks English. And what country is that? Well, it's just the United States of America, or the USA. Are you ready to visit the USA? Come with me and let's visit the United States of America. Here, let me just make my face a little bigger so you can see me. There we go. The United States. Why would I need to go to United States? You will ask me. Well, there's a lot of reasons why you would like to visit the United States. You'd like to go there to visit Hollywood, the place where a lot of movies are made. Or you would just like to go and see where some of your teachers come from. Because I know there are a lot of foreigner teachers that come from the United States to teach English in Thailand. So are you ready? Let's start. The first place we could go to is the Grand Canyon in Arizona. Look at this. That's amazing, right? It's like it's a big mountain, but the mountain is separated into many different parts. It's like somebody cut the mountain up because when you look at the picture, the mountain is very flat, but it's very, very tall. This is called the Grand Canyon, and it can be found in Arizona. Even biased teenagers are impressed by Mother Nature's handiwork. 18 miles wide, over 1 mile deep, and 277 miles long. By the way, class, if you don't understand, miles is how Americans, the people from the United States, measure distance, while all over the world, we measure it in kilometers. Now, 1 mile is equal to 1.6 kilometers. Or, when that's the case, for an 18 miles wide, it means around 28 or 29 kilometers wide, 1 mile deep, or 1.6 kilometers deep. That's very, very deep. And 277 miles long. That's about 400 kilometers, the length of the Grand Canyon. You can stay right in the Grand Canyon rim and watch the sunrise. Take a float trip on the Colorado River, fly over Rainbow Bridge National Monument, and ride in Bryce Canyon with a cowboy. Oh, there are a lot of cowboys in Thailand, right? I've been on an English camp where we went to a cowboy area here in Thailand. The original cowboys, they come from the United States of America. Isn't it amazing? So here in the Grand Canyon, this is where it is known before as the Wild Wild West. This is where the cowboys came from. And this is where you will find Indians. Do you see the river downstairs? That is called the Colorado River. You can ride on it. You can ride on a kayak and go on it. It's amazing, right? But this is just the first stop. The second stop is the Hawaii Volcano Islands. Now, for those who didn't know, Hawaii is actually part of the United States. And they have an island that is made up of pure volcano, the Hawaii Volcano Islands. Molten lava spilling down a mountainside, hiss and steam as it hits the sea. The smell of sulfur. The special effects in Hawaii Volcanoes National Park outdo any in the movies. See them on the big island of Hawaii with the trail finders drive around the crater. Look down from a helicopter. But there is more. Tropical rainforest, coffee plantations, white and green and even black sand beaches. Oh, Hawaii is like the country's number one tourist destination. It's a very small part of America. It's very, very far from America, but it's very small. It's smaller than Thailand. But in that small area, it's covered with a lot of volcanoes. It has a lot of tropical rainforest. It's like Thailand too. There's a lot of animals. There is also a coffee plantation, and there is white, green, and even black sand beaches. I don't know about you, but I would love to visit Hawaii someday. Let's go to the other Yellowstone National Park. Ooh, look at this. That's such a beautiful crater. The world's first national park deserves more than just a drive through visit. So immerse yourself on the wilderness on Grand American Adventures, 12-day Yellowstone Wildlife Trails. Oh, there is a the Yellowstone National Park. It's so big that you need 12 days if you want to explore all of it. This right here is what we call a glacier. A glacier is when water from deep down the the land explodes and goes out boiling water. It goes out like psh, like that. This is what we called Old Ye Faithful because it's called like that because the Americans know when and what time will the glacier erupt. See this Old Faithful Glacier, geyser, and hot springs. Oh, you can find hot springs in the Yellowstone National Park too. Air, or you can sleep under the stars. That's actually pretty nice. You can go there in the Yellowstone National Park. Another one, Alaska. Oh, look at that. It's a city behind a very cold looking mountain. This area is called Alaska. It's twice as big as France. Alaska is home to just 750,000 people. That's a lot of people. Well, not really a lot. It's small compared to America, but it's also a lot more. During summer's long, long days, you can see brown and grizzly bears. Wow! If there's summer on Alaska, but it's not as hot as it is in Thailand. You can see brown and grizzly bears eating salmon in Katmai National Park. Oh, they have a national park there too. You can take flight sightseeing trips to remote villages. The Arctic Circle and Wrangell St. Elias, the US largest national park. Oh, imagine you need 12 days to go around Yellowstone National Park. But there is a park much bigger than that in the US, and it's in Alaska. There's a go rafting, canoeing, and climbing. In winter, go for the northern lights, snowmobiling, and sledding. Have you ever seen like American movies about people that live in the North Pole? They live sometimes in Alaska. They use dogs, a lot of Siberian Huskies, and then so that they can run around. They can also see northern lights. Northern lights are the lights you see in Alaska when it's in the winter. It's like the light has a lot of different colors. It's like rainbow in the evening. That is a northern light. You can visit Alaska. Next, the Everglades in Florida. The landscape of sawgrass prairies, mangroves, and estuaries is deceptively subtle. But this important ecosystem shelters exotic wildlife, roseate spoonbills, great egrets, pig frogs, alligators, dolphins, and sea turtles. Most visitors drive in from Miami. The western entrance at Everglades City is quieter. You can find this in Florida, in Miami, Florida. It's an Everglade. It's like a whole city is a swamp. That is the Everglades. There's a lot of alligators, pig frogs, even dolphins, and a lot of turtles in the Everglades. You can also ride a big motorboat and you can pass through the Everglades because the Everglades, it's like a big swamp. There's a lot of water and a lot of land. But because there's a lot of water, there's a lot of exotic animals. There's a lot of good birds. And as I said, there's a lot of alligators and crocodiles. Actually, there's always a person dying in Florida because of the alligators there. So, if you want to go to the Everglades in Florida, be my guest. But just be careful of the alligators. Let's go to the next one. Oh, when we talk about America, the first thing that comes to people's mind, aside from Hollywood, is this one. What is this? This is the Statue of Liberty. This is the Statue of Liberty. It's in New York. It's in a small island near New York. It stands 150 feet tall. This copper statue of New York Harbor's entrance has welcomed affluent cruise passengers and penniless immigrants since 1886. Get there with Statue Cruises, the official ferry. Book well ahead to climb up to the crown and continue on to Ellis Island and the Immigration Museum. Wow, you can actually climb this very tall lady. 150 feet? That is around 230 kilometers from the ground. That's very, very tall. I think that's as tall as, or that's even taller than Thailand's biggest tower. I'm not certain. It just may be taller, but it's very, very tall. But because it is so popular that when you go to New York, when you want to go here, you have to book a few weeks in advance because even Americans, they have this big Statue of Liberty and they still want to go visit it because of how big it is. And you can also see the whole of New York on this part right here. Wait, I just need my. There you go. Show me my, please. Oh, why isn't it showing? Oh, there you are. Here, this part. There's an elevator inside that you can climb to up to get to this part so you can see all of New York. Wow, isn't that amazing? I would love to go there someday. Next one, Mount Rushmore, South Dakota. For those of you who don't know, do you watch Naruto? Naruto has a mountain that has the faces of the Hokages, right? This is where the idea came from. This is the original mountain that has the faces, Mount Rushmore, and it has the faces of four of America's best presidents. It was finished 75 years ago. Oh, it's very new. This colossal sculpture features four presidents who shaped America's history: George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Abraham Lincoln, and Theodore Roosevelt. Ah, I know those names because they're very popular, even if I'm not American. Sculptor Gutson Borglum and 400 workers spent 14 years carving this mountain in South Dakota's Black Hills. Get up close on a ranger led walk, return for the evening lighting ceremony. It took 14 years for people to finish this because they put this on top of a mountain. They broke the mountain just to make this Mount Rushmore. And it took 400 people to finish this in 14 years. That's very long for a lot of people. And you can go there at night because there are lights that will show how amazing they look at night. It's Mount Rushmore in South Dakota. Of course, when you want to go to America, you must visit Disney, Walt Disney in Florida. There's always something new at Disney. Eagerly anticipated in 2017 is Pandora, the world of Avatar at Disney's Animal Kingdom, as well as a 7-hour Star Wars guided tour at Disney's Hollywood Studios. On a 40-night Walt Disney Travel Company package, you can do all the park, both entertainment districts, and still have time to relax. This is every child's dream in America. They want to go to Walt Disney. But Walt Disney, even if it's a very big amusement park, it still is full of people. So if you want to go to America, I suggest you go here, Walt Disney. You can ride a lot of amusement park rides like a Ferris wheel. Um, you can ride also the one that's you can also ride different types of themes like you can see Frozen, you can see Star Wars. You can also ride roller coasters here in Walt Disney, Florida. And of course, you would like to know where this is. This is the Hollywood sign, in which it's found in California. In 1907, cameras rolled for the first time in sunny Southern California. Brought 1923 brought a giant Hollywood land sign advertising real estate. Learn more on a sightseeing tour. Now, this place, this Hollywood, is where the big movie stars live. This is where they make movies. They like it here because it's like Thailand. It's hot and it's raining and it doesn't snow. And America's front yard, this is what we call Washington's DC. Washington, DC. Washington, DC is like the place where the president of America lives. So you should, if you want to visit where the current president lives, you go to Washington, D.C. in the White House. That's it for today, and I hope I made you want to visit America, which makes you want to learn more about English. Goodbye.